Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Hacks and Hunt. On this episode, I'm going to use some Velvalok to cure this velvet on this buck I killed a few years back. So if you want to see the outcome, how to apply it and everything, then stay tuned and I'll go ahead and show you guys. Okay guys, so the Velvalok company, I think Velvet Antler Technologies is the actual company that makes Velvalok. They make like a velvet shampoo and conditioner or something to keep it clean. Anyway, so I messaged them and asked them if it would work on a deer that I've cured incorrectly 4 or 5 years ago. I shot this back in about, I think 2015, this little 3x3, but I was told just by a taxidermist to just freeze it. Freeze the antlers for about 3 or 4 months and then it's cured. It's worked. It's still a little bit like almost like greasy, and the velvet's not so, I wouldn't say like, yeah, I wouldn't say it's cured correctly, so I'm gonna go ahead and try Velvalok. Guys over there said that it should make it look a lot better, feel a lot better, and then basically freshen it up so that way it looks like fresh velvet. So I wanted to do a quick video for you guys, show you guys how to do it, and see what the outcome looks like on a buck that has velvet that was cured years ago. See if it makes any change. So let's go ahead and start curing this buck and see what happens in the next 72 hours. So right here, the instructions on the back of the bottle. It says, apply Velvalok spray liberally by saturating all velvet surfaces. Make sure the tips of antlers are elevated into the air with the base of the antlers perpendicular to the ground. Let Velvalok sit for 72 hours. Preservation time may vary. A note that's put here is duration time may increase for larger antlers or those harvested in late summer. So this is a early fall buck I shot a couple years ago, so we are gonna go ahead and get that open. Let's see, there we go. So just open up that spray bottle, start at the tips, and you're gonna want to really soak it, is what I've seen previous guys do. And the buck I shot this year, I'm actually having the taxidermist go ahead and use that on that buck as well. And that's gonna be a fresh kill with fresh velvet. He actually had velvet that was slightly coming off. He looked like he started to rub a little bit as well. After I shot him in his tumble, he tore off a few parts. So I'm curious to see how that cures and how well it preserves kind of the look of them, you know. Anyway, so that is pretty much soaked on there. Looks like it's dripping down there at the base, if you can't tell. And if you look already, it's already like the velvet already looks basically like shinier, fluffier, cleaner. So I'm excited to see what it looks like when it's dried out, and then obviously I can fluff it up, but I don't know, it already seems way better. But anyway, so I will I'll give you guys an update in 72 hours. That's how long it takes for it to cure. Do, you know, a view of it after it's all dried out, and clean it up and give you guys my full review on what I think about that. All right, guys, it has been 3 days, so it's been that 72-hour time limit for my antlers to be cured with the Velvet. So I've got them right out here. Show you guys. So here's that buck. Been 3 days, and the Velvet is way softer than what it was. It was almost like, before it was almost like greasy hair, but now it's basically like I just shampooed it. So it's definitely a lot cleaner looking. I need to tighten those screws on the, on the skull mount there. But he's just a little 3x3, barely a 3-point on that side. But his Velvet was kind of like falling out if you would touch it. With that Velvalok, it still is coming out, but not nearly as bad as it was. It looks fluffier, it looks better. The Velvet itself, like right here, you can see that's where the skin was on the antler. That was already solid. The tips were already solid so that you couldn't turn those. So I was just kind of seeing what it would do, basically with old Velvet, and I like the way it looks, the way it turned out. It smells better. It did kind of stink a little bit, but that Velvalok has a bunch of different essential oils in it that make it smell a lot better. So I'm very happy, very pleased with the way that this one turned out, and I'm excited to see how my buck I killed this year turns out being fresh Velvet. Having Velvet peeled off on the side, he was rubbing off down here already. But I'm excited to see how that cures on there and see how hard it is on that buck. Anyway, guys, that is my review for Velvalok to cure your antlers at home without a taxidermist. Super easy, safe. You know, you're not messing around with formaldehyde and needles and anything like that. So highly recommend it, guys. And yeah, so I just love sharing everything with you guys, all my reviews and my experiences hunting and doing archery stuff, and I'll continue posting stuff on here. So if you just do me a favor, show me that support and click that subscribe button. I'll put a link down in the description below for Velvalok. That way you guys can go to their Instagram as well as their website and check it out. That's it. That's all I have for you guys today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you next time.